Stampers, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and I love a stamp set, Varied Vases, that has a really great coordinating punch with it. And the Vases Builder Punch is just what we need to make these fun little 4-square cards. I've shown a lot of 4-square cards over the years. Sometimes though, you don't actually define all 4 squares. You can leave one kind of blank for a little bit of change up there. So let me give you some tips on how to put these together, on designing and placing your different papers, and then of course how to put your Stamps the Mail Club kit together. So grab your kit and let's get stamping. Alright, so I'm going to set this aside and get my pieces out. So for each of these there are coordinating cardstock and designer series paper, and 2 of each actually, because one of them in your kit is going to be for your stamping and one is going to just be layered on the background. So the first thing to do, I kind of like to lay out my pieces so I know what goes where, is go ahead and put them out. So let's see, I'm going to do polka dot here, which means I think I'm going to go with stripes here, and then there's one more pattern, so I'm going to go with the light polka dots here. So now I have a good assortment, and this is the great way to make these 4 square cards so that you have kind of a nice arrangement of your patterns. I like to plan out what's going to go where ahead of time, and actually I could go ahead and even just adhere those. The squares on these are cut to, I can't remember what I cut them, 1.5 inch for the designer series paper. And one of the great things about the new catalog is that it includes designer series paper in all of the colors. I actually have a designer series paper share on my blog right now. If you want to check that out, you can, to get all the papers. But the papers coordinate with the 1 3/4 inch squares of cardstock. And once you get those kind of laid out where you want them to go, I like to just go back and add a dimensional to each one. And for placement, I kind of get them all set so that they're exactly where I want. Okay, and then I go back and remove them one at a time and place them back on. So I'm looking like at the margins and the placement of my colors if you're not just following a design like this one. Okay, and those are all set. So that gives us our base for our squares. And this square is actually going to kind of roll into this one. It's kind of fun to connect some of the squares instead of doing like a straight 4-square card. And so for our stamping, I have these pieces left over here. And I'm going to start off with this lovely lipstick ink pad. And you get your Stampin' Spots with Stamps the Mail Club unless you'd like to upgrade and get the full-size pads. And so I'm going to, we don't actually need the whole thing of this, so I'm just going to stamp it kind of off the edge. And then also in lovely lipstick, I'm going to do a vase. Things flying around. And this pattern's pretty strong, so I might just go ahead and do, well, but the polka dots have to go in there. I think I'm going to go with the stripes. So it's a little different than what I did for my sample, but that's okay. All right. And the vases, as I stamp them, I'm going to go ahead and punch them out. So there's my lovely lipstick vase stamped. Okay. And then I have this piece of the green cardstock here. And I'm going to turn this, and for the base of this Call Me Clover, I am going to go ahead and stamp kind of this here. And then if you're wondering how I got that sample to work, I am going to show you that. So what I did was I actually cut this whole piece out, or most of it anyway, and then I followed up with a pair of paper snips and just trimmed it so that it's just not that whole height. So there's like our mini vase. And I wasn't really expecting this, but Blueberry Bushel has kind of turned into my go-to color. I'm really fond of it. And I'm going to stamp a flower here to cut out, and then I'm going to grab my stamp, and there we have our cute little vase for that. So I need one more thing. I need the green flowers here and Call Me Clover. So I'm going to ink those up and stamp them. And there we go. Then I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut these pieces out. And then stamp my greeting. So again, Blueberry Bushel. Stamp my birthday wishes. And that's a little higher than I wanted. So let's try it one more time. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and give that a banner tail. And then let's start putting our card together. So for each of these, I'm going to glue the vase down, and then I'm going to pop the flower up on a mini Stampin' Dimensional, or a regular dimensional, whatever will fit for it. But it's just going to go kind of right above there. So next one is my red vase. Lovely lipstick, I should say. I always want to call it luscious lipstick. haven't quite resigned myself to lovely. I think luscious is kind of fun. All right, and then this one I probably could put a full-size dimensional on, but we'll go with this little one. And I'm actually going to tuck the stem underneath there and pop the flowers up on top. And then our greeting here is going to go just over the top of this vase, and we have one more flower to add, and this one will get a mini Stampin' Dimensional too. So it pops up, and I'm just going to stick it right here, kind of on the jaunty corner of our vase. So there is our finished birthday card. So really simple design with a 4 square, even though our 4th of the 4 square is a blank one. 4 square card with our Varied Vases stamp set and the coordinating vases punch. I love this punch. You're going to get a lot of cool ideas from Stamps and Mail Club this month for it, but 3 vases, or you could make them, you know, alter them a little bit and make even your own shapes. So if you would like to get a Stamps and Mail Club kit, be sure to request one from my website, and I would be happy to get one in the mail to you soon. Happy stamping, and thanks for watching.